Not until the woman's invested project suddenly skyrocketed. Everyone then realized in shock that the woman was the real investment guru. Ridiculously, they had previously listened to the scheming woman's instigation and mocked the woman, a housewife, for being unworthy of investing. It turned out just a moment ago, the woman came to an investment meeting, but ran into her husband and his mistress. The mistress immediately took advantage of her status as a prestigious university economics PhD, and deliberately mocked the woman loudly as a housewife. She said it was fine that the woman had earned hundreds of millions by luck from buying rough stones before, but now she even wanted to meddle in the investment field, where luck alone was far from enough. Hearing this, other investors immediately chatted, thinking the woman, who knew no economics, would definitely lose badly. The woman ignored their mockery, but her unborn daughter was furious, and told the woman through her inner voice that they would slap them hard later. Soon, the investment meeting officially started. Investors all chose projects based on their experience and knowledge. At that moment, a tech company took the initiative to attract investment. The mistress thought their RD project was valuable, and immediately persuaded her husband to invest. The husband also favored this company. Plus, he thought the son in the mistress's belly was a lucky star, so he bought 20 million yuan in stocks without hesitation. Sure enough, soon after, the tech company's stock price started to rise. Seeing this, everyone praised the husband and mistress for their foresight. The mistress, however, looked at the woman hypocritically and said that she was just lucky. At this time, some investors also mocked the woman for not investing. If she really didn't know how to invest, she could follow the mistress to earn some pocket money. But the woman said disdainfully that this tech company might be prosperous now, but the company she would invest in would be 10 times more valuable than this one. Hearing this, the scene burst into laughter. They thought the woman was boasting wildly, and all waited to see her make a fool of herself. Soon after, the boss of another tech company took the stage, claiming his company had made a new tech breakthrough, and urgently needed several million to maintain operations. But before he finished speaking, investors tried to drive him off the stage, because everyone knew their research direction was too unrealistic, and not recognized by the market. It was on the verge of bankruptcy, but at this moment, her unborn daughter reminded the woman that the company's tech would be included in a national-level research plan at 4 p.m., and the stock price would soar then. Hearing this, the woman stood up and said she would invest in them. Seeing this, everyone laughed again. The mistress even scolded the woman for investing in this company, saying it was no different from throwing money away. Even the company's boss was unconfident, begging the woman, saying an investment of 300,000 yuan would help them get through this period, but the woman directly invested 30 million yuan. Hearing this, everyone scolded her for being crazy, saying it was simply burning money. Little did they know the 30 million was just the start, because the stock hadn't hit its lowest point yet. Sure enough, shortly after her funds arrived, the company's stock price kept falling. The mistress also mocked the woman sarcastically, saying her stocks would soon be worth less than waste paper. Even the company's boss felt guilty towards her. At this time, the daughter reminded the woman that the stock had hit its lowest point. Hearing this, the woman invested another 300 million yuan, becoming the company's controlling shareholder. Everyone was even more stunned when they saw this. Everyone thought she was crazy. Even her husband could not stay calm. He scolded her, asking if she knew what this meant. If the company went bankrupt, she would bear all the debts. The husband's mistress sneered. She once thought the woman was stupid. Now she realized the woman was hopelessly ill. For that pitiful self-esteem, she had actually thrown money away like this. The mistress even advised her to face reality and cut losses. Otherwise, when her daughter was born, she might have to pick up garbage with her. Hearing this, the woman finally snapped. Since the mistress was so sure she would lose money, dared she bet with her? Whoever had a higher return before the market closed today. The mistress never expected a housewife to bet with her, a PhD in economics, on investment. She agreed at once. If the woman lost, she would never appear before them again. If the mistress lost, she would kneel and apologize for humiliating the woman and her daughter. To make the woman lose without excuse, the mistress urged the husband to invest in another company. Otherwise, her unborn son would be inferior to the woman's daughter. The husband immediately agreed to invest 300 million yuan more. The assistant quickly reminded him this exceeded the original plan. A momentary fit of anger could cause heavy losses, but the mistress snapped. The company they invested in was performing so well. How could they lose money? The assistant had no choice but to stop. With the husband's capital injection, the stock price of their invested company rose again. Many investors followed suit. They praised the mistress and husband, saying investing with them was like picking up money. As the market was about to close, the woman's invested company showed no growth. The mistress thought she had one for sure. She mocked the woman for soon paying for her ignorance and arrogance. But the next second, some investors noticed the woman's company's stock seemed to be rising. Everyone wondered what was happening. The investment promotion host urgently announced news. The country listed the technology developed by the woman's invested company as a key project. This meant the company she controlled would take off. Everyone was shocked. After all, the woman's company's project competed with the mistress's. Her company's value soared. The mistress's invested company would decline. In just 1 minute, the two companies' stock prices changed drastically. Investors rushed to sell their stocks, but they couldn't sell them now. Finally, when the market closed, there were wails of losses everywhere. Only the woman was the final winner. Her 300 million yuan investment had increased at least tenfold. The husband and mistress collapsed completely.